California. You know what I'm thinking about? LA. Because this is a way to get to LA. I didn't know you drive from like Vegas or from St. George, Utah. I know I say for St. George, Utah, like anybody knows what the fuck that is. People seem to know about Zion National Park. Notice I pronounce it Zion because I'm not from there. People from there say Zion, or they just call it Zions. So I'm thinking about LA. You know why? Because this is the fucking way there. And I'm reminded of how fun it is when you go to LA. I'm thinking of all the good things. Thinking of all the interesting, incredible people. I'm saying with sarcasm, but it's really true. There's so much cool shit there. And there's so many cool people there. And you can have such a good time there. I kind of like secretly wish I wasn't going to San Francisco right now. I kind of wish I was going to LA. But I'm not. And I'm sure I'm still going to have a fantastic time hanging out with some family members. But you know what? Can't talk. What do I like about LA? The food. You don't think about it, but if you live in a place that has good food. I don't anymore, okay? I've lived in places that always had good food. Michigan, New York, LA. Amazing food. Each one of them, believe it or not. St. George, Utah does not have good food. I didn't even know such a place existed. It's getting better, you know? So LA's got the food. They got the fucking Venice. I mean, come on, Venice is such a unique experience, you know? Whether it's played out, whether you've already done it, whether it's cliched, whether it's a touristy thing. Venice is Venice. And it's fucking cool. No matter what, it's cool. What else do I miss? It's just being in LA is its own experience. Just like being in New York is. It really is just like the lens through which your life gets lived. And I know how stupid that sounds. But it happens to be true. I think. But you know what, I'm thinking about it, it's like, oh, I can move back there. You know what I don't miss? The rent. Jesus Christ, the rent. But the same is true of New York. Again, 36 now, right? I'm just not going to be having 3 roommates. Those times, I think, have passed. So if you're not going to be having roommates, the cheapest you could hope to do anything, if you're lucky, is to get some fucking casita, right? A casita somewhere. And that's going to be probably $1,600. And that already sounds funny to me compared to like a mortgage anywhere, depending on what you put down, depending on which plan you set up. I call it a plan, I don't call it a loan. Yeah, but the fucking rent. I just remember hemorrhaging money. Didn't matter how much you made. At the end of the month, you live alone. I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment in Eagle Rock, and I want to say when I moved in it was $2,100. Which at the time was totally normal to me. Now I'm just like, is it worth it? I mean, when you're paying again, depending on your financial situation, if you work your balls off and your rent is like $2,000 and up, just your rent, mind you, get nothing at the end of the year, get nothing at the end of the lease. That's a fucking bad model. It just is. And yet, it'd be pretty difficult to own a house in California, probably. And the property taxes. We all hear about the property taxes, right? I've never experienced that. I've never fucking owned a house out there. I don't even like the expression owning a home or owning a house. I know technically you do. And you just got a loan to pay off and shit, but I don't know. Something funny about that to me. Always has been. But also, you don't fucking own the property. I mean, technically you do, but you have to pay the fucking city to own it. Huh? Doesn't make sense, right? The county, rather. Something a little funny about that to me. I don't know. But LA sounds great right now. Although I can't say, I don't know what the Maskey situation is, or the Vax card situation, but sounds great to go eat fucking some Korean rice balls. But you know what? Don't they have fucking Korean rice balls in San Francisco? I don't fucking know. I'll find out. And now I'm thinking about it, that's my new objective, is just to eat as much good food as I can. Look, I'm trying to cut, okay? I'm trying to lose 5 pounds of body fat. I'm not going to be eating like a piece of shit. I'm a vegetarian right now, hopefully from here on out. But I want to eat some good food, you know. Fucking St. George, the food is fucking garbage. With a few exceptions. Yeah, I want to go to LA. Do I have to say it again? I want to go back to LA. Do I want to live there? Do I want my fucking bank balance, my checkbook balance to reflect that I live there? No. Do I want to visit, do an Airbnb for, I don't know, 10 days? Go have fun? Yes. Yes. I got another trip planned after this one. All right. Back to the music. Well, what can I tell you about a few things I've listened to? Just turned off Don't Feel Like Dancing by the Scissor Sisters. Come on, if you don't like that song. Avant-Gardener by Courtney Barnett. Not a huge fan of the rest of her work, but that song is a fucking masterpiece. Listen to Devious by Gary Newman. Listen to a few INXS songs, and in my mind I had a joke that was just like, how many INXS songs can you listen to at once, right? I listened to What You Need and Questions. Questions, I know. It's like, huh? I thought INXS, so you're going to say Need You Tonight, or Mediate, or Kick, or something like that. Shabu Shaba. New Sensation. Good God, is New Sensation just the greatest song of all time? I'm not going to sing it. Questions is off of their album Welcome to Wherever You Are, which I should add, I don't think, and I'll have to check on this, I don't think it was a wildly popular album, but I saw a lot of it. You know where I saw it? Jukeboxes. CD jukeboxes, which, wow. I can tell you, here's some things that I saw in CD jukeboxes, okay? This is the 90s and I was a child and I was fucking fascinated by them. It was so cool. So here's what I saw in there. Big Ones by Aerosmith. Soul Asylum, the whatever the fuck album that is with the naked kids on the cover, which, huh? Welcome to Wherever You Are by INXS. I'm sorry, the other one I just said. Oh yeah, that is the name of the album. Welcome to Wherever You Are, the INXS. It's got Boy Scouts on the cover. It's kind of a unique album. It's not terrible. It's got, I mean, hit-wise, it only has Disappear on it, I think. Oh no, Heaven Sent is what's on it. I think Disappear might be on there too. Stop button. Time to move on, right? He's talking about INXS albums. They, damn, these motherfuckers are ready to kill me. I'll get over it. Calm down. I'll get over it. Back to the jukebox. Division Bell by Joy Division. I'm sorry. Oh, is that some kind of a... Do I need to go to prison for that one? Division Bell by Joy Division? Come on. Division Bell by Pink Floyd, obviously. Van Halen's 1984. I'm sorry, Van Halen 1. Although I do recall seeing 1984 there as well. What else did I really see in those jukeboxes that stands out to me? Huh. Off the top of my head, none that I'm thinking of, but I'm sure it'll come later. There's always the hits, you know? These fucking things are so cool. Do you think CDs will ever make a comeback? Most people say no. Some say yes. I liked the format at the time, for a long time. I got like 1,200 or 1,300 CDs. Quite a collection. Reluctant to sell it because you get so little for it, and they meant so much to me at the time. But I would sell it, but I'm kind of waiting to see if they make a comeback first, you know? A comeback. No, that's not the incorrect term, is it? I mean, is that what vinyl did? I have another experience I had to talk about. Oh, it's making it sound like it's some traumatic thing. It's not. It's a cool experience. I was a kid. I don't know how old. I would guess 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe. And I was with my mom and my dad at some fucking beauty shop on Gratiot. You know Gratiot Avenue in Michigan, right? Right. Oh, come on. Be nice to yourself, for God's sake. So we're at this beauty shop. I can't comment further on what it was because I don't remember much about it, except that across the street which maybe it wasn't on Gratiot, because Gratiot's a pretty big street, and I wouldn't have been. It was somewhere in Mount Clemens, which to me, that's always Gratiot. It could have been Main Street for all I know. So, but across the street, I see a place, and it's got like a pentagram in the window, and like skulls, and I'm immediately attracted to it. I'm like, what the fuck? That looks so cool. In my, 8, 9, or 10, or 11-year-old voice, without the profanity. But I was like, that is so cool. What is that? And I was like, can we go there? My mom was like, absolutely not. Like, there's no way we're going there. So we parted ways there, her and my dad and me. So it was just me and my dad, and my mom went off to go do something else. And my dad was like, we can go there, but you cannot tell your mother I took you there. And I was like, I won't say a word. And so we went to the store, and I guess, if memory serves correctly, it's basically just like a witchy goth culty crystal shop. It had like Egyptian stuff and crystals, and basically it was remember when Hot Topic used to actually be like kind of interesting? When you were like, oh wow, what the fuck? Like basically when you're a kid. Hot Topic's pretty fucking cool for a minute. So, but I want to comment too that before emo came along, like when I was a kid, Hot Topic was way cooler. I know that sounds lame, but it was way cooler back in the day. But Hot Topic wasn't just like, I don't want to say like I don't like the emo shit, or that it was better when it was Nirvana t-shirts instead of My Chemical Romance ones. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. I will say, it was stunning to see so many incredible rock and roll t-shirts, especially the gruesome ones they had. But they had all that witchy shit. Like, they had witchy, culty, weird, occult stuff there, and it was cool. So anyhow, me and my dad, back to the story, me and my dad are in the shop looking at stuff. What am I going to buy at a shop like that as a child? Dad, can you get me this incense with the demon's face on it? But a song is playing, okay? A song is playing on the speakers, and it sounds so dark and so cool, and unlike anything I'd ever heard at the time, okay? It's like industrial pop, goth, and you gotta remember, one of my things I did as a kid, because I was obsessed with music, and I'm not obsessed with it now, but it's basically one of my favorite things. I listen to it and I love it. Everybody loves music, but some people like it more than others, right? I've met people who don't like music, who just think of it as background noise or something to put on at a party. That's very different from my experience listening to music, and it's different from most people who are into music. There's a difference between liking music and being into it, right? So during that time of my childhood, I would be like, it was hard to find out the titles of songs sometimes. Sometimes they didn't say the fucking name of it on the radio, and you didn't know what the fuck you were listening to, and you might not hear it again for a really long time. And I had that experience with Pets by Porno for Pyros, Panama by Van Halen. Like, these were songs I actively would ask people. I would sing it for them and be like, what is this? Do you know? And I always really had just the highest regard and the highest appreciation for adults who knew about music, which I think there were more back then than there are now, I'm sorry to say. So anyhow, in the store, I immediately asked the guy, I'm like, what song is this? Like, who is this? And he was like, pointed the CD at me, which is a pretty cool cover. It's Rosetta Stone's Adrenaline. And he was like, it's Rosetta Stone, Adrenaline, which is the title track from the album Adrenaline. Which, you know what? Go listen to it. Go type into YouTube, because I know that's where you're going to go. Or, yeah, maybe there's a music video. If there is, and I haven't seen it by now, I am remiss in my duties as a fucking human being. So anyhow, listen to the song, Rosetta Stone, Adrenaline. I like Witchcraft, or The Witch. That was track 2 on the CD. Now I listen to it and I'm like, yeah, these drum machines, like the vibe is still there and it's still really cool. It doesn't fucking hit like it used to. But when I was a youngin' in that song, like, I basically was hoping to get a copy of Rosetta Stone's Adrenaline ever since then. And I eventually did. I believe I got it from the library. Rented it from the library. What a concept. And then a lot later, I bought the CD, obviously, and I'm gonna listen. You know what? I'm gonna hang up this fucking video and I'm gonna go listen to Rosetta Stone's. I'm gonna listen to that album, which, by the way, if you haven't already listened to it, if you're waiting, Sisters of Mercy. Sisters of Mercy is a much better version of Rosetta Stone. And I don't think Rosetta Stone was ever big, but like this goth guy in this fucking weird occulty shop was like Rosetta Stone Adrenaline. And I thought it was like the coolest music I'd ever heard. And that guy will never know that. You know, there's a DJ, last thing I'll say, there's a DJ on, God damn it, not Rutgers. There's an East Coast radio station. It's a certain New Jersey radio station. I'll have to look it up. His name was Rhino. That was his like title, right? I don't know if he's still doing DJing, but that motherfucker introduced I just put on the radio. I was delivering boxes at the time. We had a thing called Brooklyn Box Guy. Didn't last long, and I was listening to the fucking radio, and like this song came on, and I was like, oh my god, this, like, he was playing doom metal, like, and I'm not a big doom metal fan, but some of it is like some of my favorite shit ever. So this song is playing. The song is called What Love Remains. It's by Goatsnake. Okay, that's the song. Let me just tell you the punchline before I finish the thing. And I'm like, what is this? It's like doom metal, and it sounds like, oh, calm down. This guy's like right in my ass. Oh my god. And it sounds like Lane Staley. And I'm like, this is not Alice in Chains, though. There's just no possibility that this fucking Camry, a Toyota Camry needing to go like 90 miles, and then a Hyundai, or the other one with the H, I don't know. Wow, lost my train of thought. I don't like getting tailgated. Do you? Throws me off my fucking square. Huh. Wow, am I getting old memories going? I was talking about Rosetta Stone, I was talking about Sisters of Mercy, I was talking about this, that. Oh, you move over and then you come back only to get tailgated again. It's really it's a dehumanizing experience. I don't know how else to describe it. I just don't like it when they're right in your asshole. Wow, I wonder what I was saying about music and being young and listening to Sisters of Mercy and Rosetta Stone's Adrenaline and feeling the music. And if you haven't listened to Sisters of Mercy, we're better. And this is the problem, is it's all just in my mind flowing out, and then this cocksucker right here. What kind of car is it this time? Lexus. Fuck you. I hope you fucking die. Sorry, I mean it. He doesn't mean it, you know. I mean it. I mean it. I hope that motherfucker gets into like a horrible car accident and dies a slow, painful death. Oh well. I don't know what I was gonna fucking say, but I guess it didn't matter that much. Bye.